Assalamu alaikum, konnichiwa, ciao, bonjour, good morning, good morning, good morning, and dzień dobry. Why dzień dobry last? Because it is the legend that is Eva birthday today. Yes, our Polish member of staff has been singing happy birthday in Polish to herself this morning, with us confused but trying to join in. But then we will have the chorus in English later on for her. We've already got the prezzies lined up, and she's quite delighted with them. So it's all good. So how are you today? I hope you're well. Welcome. It's Ken at 10. If you haven't joined us before, we're James Alexander Estate Agents, and we're based in Southwest 16 Norbury, which is smack bang between Streatham and Croydon. We're a Zone 3 commuting area, and we talk about property mostly, amongst other things. And of course, behind me, just to remind you, the solar eclipse. How exciting. We've got one today. Did you know that? What do you do now? Look out your window and I've got a banner here to remind you, what time is it going to start? It's from 10:08. That's not long. Another 7 minutes. Look out and you'll start to see the eclipse growing. But you've got to be careful, because looking directly at the sun's not a good idea. You can, if you look on YouTube, set yourself up a pinhole camera, which is the best way to do it, which sounds expensive, but it's just a box really. And there are lots of ways of doing that. So if you're with a child, you want something to do right now, then get yourself a pinhole camera and you'll be able to see the eclipse in full. Exciting stuff, huh? Why am I dressed up today? Well, we're going back to Homes Under the Hammer. We've got another episode to do in Streatham. Excited to meet the team, if only virtually this time again, and do our final look. We've done the initial one, and then you go back for the second look when the property is refurbished. So I'm excited to see what they've done. And that's going on literally. I'm leaving here just after this broadcast. Apart from that, some news for you. First of all, 21 days remaining, just 21 days remaining for the stamp duty deadline, and people are getting anxious, lots of frustration, lots of pressure. We're doing our best to get all our sales across the line. Inevitably, some will fail, some will succeed, but we kind of know where we're at with most of them now, so it seems to be going quite well, frankly. But if you in the middle of that, we feel your pain. We're kind of in the middle of it with a lot of people right now. Lots of talk. The RICS is saying house prices will continue to rise. Lots of confidence still backing that in terms of various reports. The average mortgage deal is down to 28 days. This is an interesting one. This is research from Moneyfacts, and it says that people moving house now have only 28 days to secure their preferred mortgage amid changes to interest rates and terms. Aaron Strutt, broker at Trinity Financial, remarked, many of the mortgage rates are not available for as long as normal because prices keep coming down. So not a bad thing, actually. Prices are coming down, not going up. So if you are getting a deal and you don't have long to get it, don't worry too much, because there's a better deal around the corner. Interesting. And in terms of other news, mostly the news is around general issues and not property. So one other thing I wanted to say, I had a client come in yesterday, that age-old question, should I extend my property? One of the things that we've covered many times before, but I always say, be really, really careful. So many times now we end up visiting people that vastly extended their property with great pride, and they look fantastic, but they've done it in order to sell. And what they find is that the cost of the works, especially now with the way things are costing, material prices are going up, builders are busy and charging more, is often not worth your while. And especially depending on the average price in your road. We often find ourselves saying to people, look, please don't do that extension. Let us sell it now and we'll save you that money. And sometimes the extension value is 100, but the value add is 50. Literally, it's half. So be really careful about extending unless you're sure that your road can price in that extra work that you're doing. So look at the average price in your road. If you're exceeding that substantially, bear in mind, there'll be a reason for that. And there'll be other roads surrounding you which might compete more readily. Maybe they've got garages, maybe they're semis, you're terraced, whatever it is. But bear in mind, if you don't kind of stay in the average price of your road, if you're not really careful, you can become the most expensive house in your road. Great. On the one hand, on the other hand, the most expensive house with the fewest buyers wanting to buy it. So make sure that you speak to your local agent if you're thinking of extending, because so often now, I had a chat with a guy yesterday who had presumed that the best thing he could do was go up into the loft, another 2 bedrooms and bathroom, and extend out the rear. And the cost of the extension was coming out around about 200,000. And the value of the extension in terms of resale was coming out about 100,000. So be really careful before you go out there and do massive extensions. Talk to me if you're local, and even if you're not really, give us a call. We're always here for you. That's what we're about. How are you today? Hope you're doing well. We're looking forward to the eclipse. Funny thing is, the sun seems to be out in its entirety right now, but we are looking forward to that. And then we've got the Homes Under the Hammer thing. It's going to be dark for that, isn't it? Very strange one, mind you. I always look better in the dark. Hope you have a great day today. Have a fantastic day. We'll be back tomorrow with a Ken at 10 again. Until then, stay safe and well. We'll speak to you soon. Ciao.